What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelvin Krupiak, and today I'm gonna give you some of my personal picks for 5 of the most essential shoes every man should own. All right guys, so before we jump straight into the list of shoes that I've picked, I do wanna say that I think your personal list might vary depending on a few different things. For example, you might be wearing a suit 5 days out of the week, and naturally you would be looking for a more formal list of shoes than anything else. And if that is your specific situation, leave a comment right down below and I would love to make a list of shoes that are specific for more business casual and formal attire. But the list that I've put together for you today is gonna cover most of the bases you need covered, and it's also gonna provide you some flexibility in the casual department. So let's go ahead and kick this list off with black and brown dress shoes. Now, if you have to pick one over the other because you haven't picked up a pair of dress shoes before, I would highly recommend that you go with black dress shoes first. They're gonna be very versatile, and they're gonna be good for just about any setting you find yourself in, be it a business setting or even a formal event. Normally, when you're just starting out with dress shoes, I would highly recommend that you go with an Oxford or a derby shoe. The derby shoe is sometimes referred to as a Gibson shoe. Now, these are just standard lace-up dress shoes, and the reason I recommend you start with something like this is because they're very simplistic in terms of their design. They're very clean, there's not a lot of texture or pattern going on just yet, and they're very, very versatile. Later on down the line, you can experiment with adding those additional elements of texture and pattern into the mix with wingtips or brogues, but until then, I would highly recommend that you get something like an Oxford or a derby as just a plain black dress shoe. Once you have a pair of black dress shoes that you can use for just about any occasion, I would also consider picking up a pair of double monks. I love these shoes. The double buckle right here adds a lot of character to any outfit that you decide to pair them with. And just like the black dress shoes, they are very versatile. I've worn them with suits to very formal events, and I've also worn them paired with jeans out to a nice bar later in the evening. Now, moving on from dress shoes, we have another staple point that is critical to every man's wardrobe, and that is the white fashion sneaker. You've seen me wearing this shoe with a number of different outfits I've highlighted here on this channel, and for good reason. It's going to go with just about any outfit you decide to pair it with. And in case you couldn't tell just yet, one of the biggest things to think about when you're building out the shoes in your wardrobe is flexibility and versatility. Now, naturally, one of the biggest drawbacks to having a white sneaker is it becomes more visibly apparent when that item is showing signs of daily wear and tear. So eventually, when it's in your budget, I would highly recommend that you pick up another pair of shoes you can rotate in and out with. That way you can distribute the wear evenly and actually extend the longevity of both pairs of shoes. One of my favorite go-to brands when it comes to fashion sneakers is New Balance. This is a pair that I've been wearing now for a little while, and I like to rotate between these and my white fashion sneakers, again, to distribute that wear and tear evenly and extend the longevity of both pairs of shoes. Now, another shoe that you can rotate the classic fashion sneaker out with is a good pair of Converse. I feel like Converse are very underrated in the current time. I know they're classic and they've been around forever, but I don't see them making these types of lists very often, and I don't really understand why, because I know this is a very durable shoe that's gonna last you for a long time. And also the staple point colors like gray, black, and white will go with just about anything. They're pretty much just as versatile as a classic fashion sneaker. Now, I chose to go with gray Converse because the gray canvas material does a very good job of hiding signs of everyday wear and tear, unlike the white fashion sneaker. If you clean these guys up every now and then, they're gonna last you for a very long time. Now, another great shoe every man should have in their wardrobe is a high quality pair of boots. Now, I personally went with the standard cap toe boot because it's very different from anything else that I have in my wardrobe. I was also very much drawn in by the really dark brown color and the material of the boot. Outside of this style of boot, which you're gonna most often see are a pair of chukkas or maybe a pair of Chelsea boots. Those are gonna give you a lot of flexibility as well. Eventually, having all 3 styles in your wardrobe would be fantastic. However, until then, just pick one and make it a staple point element in your wardrobe. You can't go wrong with any of the 3 I just listed. Chukkas are great, Chelsea boots are great, and even the standard cap toe boot is an excellent choice. Now, the final pair of shoes to make it on my essentials list is a good pair of trainers or athletic sneakers. In terms of brand, I am a big fan of Nike. I've been wearing Nike sneakers since I was a freshman in high school and I got really active with sports, but the brand really doesn't matter. Just pick something that's comfortable for you personally, something that offers enough support for your specific foot, and something that's as flexible as it should be for whatever activity it is that you're doing. So maybe you're a runner, you want something that's a little more flexible, maybe you want something that's a little more rigid. Figure out what works best for you personally. I really don't wear these types of shoes in a casual setting. I pretty much just stick to wearing them in the gym or when I'm out for a run. And there you have it, guys. That's pretty much all I have for you today in this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, feel free to leave a like right down below. And if you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.